That's fucking crazy, man. You remember who I am? It goes way back. Poor kid. Love you, man. Fuck. They say it's a good thing he did overdose because they say he could have died from it. See what the fucking thing happened. Would have killed him. If not, it's become brain dead. Not know anybody anymore. Stay Alzheimer's maybe 40 years. Maybe they just mouse is jumping in dehydration. With cancer, but not the one that other organs are good. They suspect he had it way before. And it's cancerous, maybe 10 years. Just show in labs and stuff. Sometimes it doesn't. Immune system down a little bit, but or we could diagnose if he had the halation. You know what was scary? This is another thing that was scary. They found my tumor cancerous. And they did blood work on me. It showed in the blood work I have the cancer stuff. His blood didn't, in this form, didn't show cancer. All organs normal, except for the brain damage. But then again, some little immune system down a little bit than it should. And the muscles a little bit damaged from twitching. But he kept on saying when he was like, when he was a kid, he always had a severe craving with thirst. And a little bit ADHD and confusion. Mm-hmm. They said he was like in 15, 20 years into this damn cancer.
Jesus.
And the only way they did the biopsy, and it was only stage 2. They think it stayed stage 2 forever. They didn't think it was going to move to stage 3. But then again, they said he may die 15 years later. But it would got him into severe Alzheimer's.
Jesus.
Without any pain, without any symptoms of the cancer. The severe confusion, muscle twitching, and only symptoms you have is severe thirst.
Right.
They found that in that cancer. First case.
Jesus.
All organs even. Perfect. Blood work perfect. And what's scary is his immune system is just down a little bit all the time, like a little mild cold. Right. Always stay that way. Always did in blood work. But he can be functionable. This is severe. He had no weakness. He could fight like a bull. If I had him in a game, he could power slam somebody. But the only thing that can get him down is a bad head injury.
Jesus.
Any head injury to his head can hit that tumor. That's the only thing that can make him bad.
Right.
If he does fall or naturally fall, but if he has no head injuries, nothing, it would stay like that for years.
Jesus.
But he said about another 10 years he had to go to a nursing home for Alzheimer's. It just showed a severe Alzheimer's problem, twitching muscles that would have gotten worse. Like that, like you have like osteoporosis, but you're just twitching, but it's only doing tiny damage, but you're just twitching all the time. That's why you see him twitch a lot and stuff like that. Like you have like Tourette's, like in your head. So you notice when he was talking to me like that a little bit. Remember he was moving his head and stuff. You notice that shit when he was talking to me, and Nana's just moving his head and shit and a lot. They thought he was having Tourette's. It gave Tourette's him, and he got diagnosed Tourette's. But it wasn't Tourette's. It was just the muscles of the condition of that. That's just scary, bro. But no bodily harm, hardly. He would live like that. All I think he would have done is his body would shut down eventually of natural Alzheimer's. Because Alzheimer's, you forget how to eat and all that stuff in your body will slowly do. But this one here would be a longer case. He'll slowly go. And you see an Alzheimer patient like Gail's husband, right?
Yeah.
What brought him down? He didn't get the fucking hip replacement he needed. He started declining and declining. He started losing his mind. I don't know what happened. And didn't like I say, he did die at that rest home, remember? He was only like in a year and a half, maybe 2 years into Alzheimer's confusion. He couldn't speak. Well, Jeremy would be like that for 15 years. Well, any problems, but then again, the risk of organs shutting down is it's longer than a normal Alzheimer patient. Mine would go right away. In my case, I would just shut down, but it would take longer for him to shut down. He does a very slow case they've never seen. That's what the future possibly diagnosis of Texas and Lebanon on this case. Who has the biggest case of the calcium brain tumors? Who is in the hands of this masterminds of the best doctors of these cases are in Fort Worth, Texas, and Lebanon and New Hampshire. And they have Jeremy's symptoms down. They've never seen it in the person and still hasn't seen it. He's the only one, possibly maybe for another 15 years or it could be another one popping up someday. But he's the first one to have the symptoms and they jot that down. But each person has a rare case symptoms. That's what is so hard. What can they do now? Like, you wish they could do something. Well, they're aiming at this, but that person could, another one of those that doctors say could another pop up in another 20 years the same. They say may never again. So what do we do for him? Okay, he may not pop up in another 100 years. He may never pop up again. That's just him. No, we take that in documents with this cancer. And the doctors expect that since he died, was he died in 2021, right?
Mm-hmm.
He never seen he's the only case he ever seen one like him in 2021. These new, any of these calcium brain cancers, hundreds of them getting diagnosed today, more than ever, never had a symptom. There's one that has a symptom of something different. That's rare. They only seen it in 20. They only saw it in. It's documented. I read it. This disease is 999. They saw it in 2000.
And they never.
Someone just went blind.
Jesus.
No seizures ever with that tumor. Bodily organs, normal.
Christ.
Person died 10 years ago.
Jesus.
Never in the cancer. No, they died because they were never used to being blind, and they went psycho with it. Because it's scary, because that person became blind when they're 30. They accidentally they basically didn't do it on purpose. They had a cane and said, of course, they're very high, they're freaky. Because you have to be born blind to really understand how blind works. You're born blind, you know 100% how it is with blind, like Ray Charles, and he's not panicking when he's blind, right? When someone that lived, I'll say, like 29 years of light, you could see, and then the light with their eyes were they went blind at 30.
Right.
The light was taking them. They were never used to it because all they remember is 30 years of light. Then they had and 10 years in darkness.
Right.
Oh yeah, a person's getting really used to darkness, but it's scary. Yeah. You sit there next to a real blind person, I'm not afraid, but then they're becoming not afraid, but then they make mistakes. They have accidents more.
Right.
I know a guy, a blind guy, he does have accidents. Very less and stuff. He knows how to work the stick. But this person's getting the hang of it.
Right.
We never get the real hang of being blind. They never will be used to it. Maybe 50%, maybe 52%.
Right.
This person actually walked off. Apparently, it was on if a real blind person was there, it was a railing of a fire escape that was on second story. He was having a beer with somebody. Apparently, he walked off that and fell to his death. Right. A real blind person, I'm not saying they won't, no, but he would feel a stick and he knows that's a ledge. And he has a sensibility he's going to fall if he walk forward. This one's getting the kind of hang of it, but then he's not. He just walked by accident. Then again, maybe alcohol has something to do with it, but then again, not enough to do with it. Because he's been drunk like that before and never made that mistake. He's an innocent mistake. You can sit there and have Ray Charles be like that, and more alcohol will not do that.
Yeah, but his case was, it wasn't like what's his name? What's the other singer's name? Was me wrong? I may be wrong.
They have access to someone that has been blind all their life. They can walk off that ledge, of course.
Stevie Wonder was born blind.
Yes.
Ray Charles was not.
it kind of took him a while to learn, didn't it? He became blind when he was 5.
Because he standing on a metal thing and
yeah, but he was blind longer in life.
laundry.
Yeah. See, that's what I mean. He became blind when he was a young kid, and young minds like that are ability. When you're young like that, you have the experience to learn a lot faster than an older person that mature brain. He became, when his brain wasn't mature, blind. So at 6 years old, 7 years old, he's learning more. Mistakes he's happening.
Right.
But when his brain became matured, he maybe 80% used to being blind. But this guy became the light was taken out of him. His brain's matured. Learning 10 years into it is harder than a kid.
Right.
He didn't have patience, so he's panicking more. Now he's worried about how I'm paying my bills. I'm blind. I'm freaking out. It is scary. But he walked himself off a freaking step. What had the disease done? Like, he's been blind. He's been blind for 10 years, but everything was good. But he had that tumor. But they're looking forward into like what? Let's deal with him like 20 years blind. Let's deal with him like years later. So they didn't have a chance what it does next, did they? Would a tumor cause seizures next? Like in 5 years or the next day?
No.
Would a tumor cause? They don't know that, do they?
No.
After the day before he died, would it cause other bodily harm, make him deaf? They already know it does that. It make him deaf and blind. What does this thing do? It's 10 years not moving, but every second counts. So he may say if he didn't fall off the ledge 20 minutes later, or like maybe seconds later, or anything. I can't hear now.
No.
They didn't hear that from him. You don't know what I'm. They want to see his regress mode. Will he stay blind and nothing happen until he dies? He dies of natural causes of like a heart attack. Would he become deaf the next day? Would he have a seizure if he didn't fall the second later? Or say that happened. Now he has a seizure starting now after 10 years being blind. All right, now that disease caused that now, not just blindness, but he became blind. That's the second rarest, and they haven't had anything else before. But there's other rare ones too, but it's seizure related. It's some things that we have.
Right.
They never had a fellow get severe Alzheimer's and brain damage that quick with that tumor in 2 years. They never had a fellow that became blind and stayed blind for 10 years and fell off the ledge but they had no symptoms of anything.
No.
Blood work looking good like Jeremy's, just still having a cold. That's the same symptom. Yeah, that's normal. You have cancer, the low levels will be. But that's a healthy man fell off the ledge. That's a healthy man. What killed Jeremy was overdose. But if he didn't die from overdose, but they say he could, they expect him living. Probably. But then again, they weren't sure. But the man didn't fall for his death by accident, not knowing the whole understandings of being blind. Like the guy had more experience at 5 years old. He's better shape because he grew up with it a bit. This man didn't grow up with it. This man had mature mind, becoming blind. He's getting a hang of it. See, it's not damaging the brain. He's getting a hang of what he's doing. But he accidentally fell to his death because he wasn't used to it.
That part
is. But blind people can do that, but for life. But
that part is Jeremy. He didn't have much guidance.
No.
And they're going to be